us a general assessment of yesterday's traslacion, we're now joined by National Police Spokesperson, Police Brigadier General Bernard Banac. Good morning, General Banac, and welcome back to New Day.
Good morning, Rhea, and good morning to the New Day.
Thanks for being here. Now, General, there were several innovations introduced yesterday at the traslacion, and it was considered the shortest in history. It moved very, very quickly. Were all of the innovations you planned properly implemented?
Yes, all the innovations that we have planned together with the church went well, and we started with the departure from Quirino Grandstand and then all the way to Ayala Bridge, and the policemen, our PNP personnel, formed a wall to protect the andas and escort and move the andas all the way to Ayala Bridge. And we were successful because we were able to cut down the number of hours of travel. Prior or in the past years, it took more than 6 hours just to reach the bridge. But yesterday, it was a record-breaking, and we reached Ayala Bridge in a record time.
Right, so that was definitely one of your goals. Now, General, in your view, was there anything that went wrong, anything you weren't happy about with yesterday's events?
Well, after reaching the Ayala Bridge, we couldn't really control the crowd anymore. So we just have to pull back and step back and allow the Hijos del Nazareno to take over and all the devotees. Anyway, we have already reached halfway, and it's already in the Quiapo area. And so we just let them handle it. Anyway, they know how to do it. It's just that the streets are very narrow. And it took, again, a long time before it reached Quiapo Church.
Oh, dun talaga siya nag-slow down.
Yes.
Now, General, we understand that there were some concerns between devotees and policemen, and one of them is precisely that andas wall which surrounded the statue. Some are criticizing this new innovation, saying that, you know, the 2,000 policemen around the statue would really dampen the spirit of the devotees simply because they couldn't get near the Black Nazarene. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we can understand how the devotees feel frustrated for not being able to come near to the andas and then do the traditional way of showing their devotion to the Nazareno. And it is understandable because when you introduce change, we can expect a level of resistance, you know. And it's the first time, it was the first time that they've seen that the police were the ones escorting and leading the andas. And they were surprised, of course. But way ahead, we already informed the public about this change in the setup. But you know, pagdating talaga doon, it's different, you know. So we can understand the frustration, and they vented their ire and frustration to the police, and then tried to harm our cops. And we commend our policemen for exercising maximum restraint and tolerance, but you cannot really prevent that magkakagirian talaga, no? And then pushing and shoving and all that.
Well, what's your reaction to that piece of video we played earlier? There was a devotee saying na yung mga police nananakit daw sa mga devotees.
Well, it was unintended, you know. In that kind of situation, a very large crowd, and talagang you cannot expect that there would be order. In that kind of situation, there would really be shoving and pushing and everything, and everybody wants to get near to the andas. So it's understandable that in that kind of situation, chaos may ensue. But we really tried our best to maintain order and exercise caution and restraint and tolerance. So we also ask for apology to those who were affected. But some of our cops were also injured. So it was two ways. So we had to really work together and improve on this by next year.
Right, you're right. Absolutely, it goes both ways.
Right.
Now, yesterday, one of our reporters who was in Quirino Grandstand, Rex Remitio, was able to speak to a devotee who said that policemen did spray something on them. He said it was like water with chili because it stung their eyes. Did you hear about this, General? And what's your comment on it? What would you do about it?
Yeah, we heard about it, but definitely it did not come from the PNP. We will not do such a thing. We will never hurt anyone, especially the devotee. Probably there were those saboteurs who wanted to take advantage of the situation. In fact, we've arrested some of them who got really unruly and showed unruly behavior. So we'll look into this, and we'll try our best to really prevent this from happening come next year, next translation. And those who get affected, they feel that their rights were violated. Please come forward and report to our police station the incident, so we can proceed with the investigation. But there was an incident where one of our vehicle was really destroyed, and because the devotees vented their ire on the vehicle for preventing them to come near to the andas. So we are now investigating the incident, but we couldn't pinpoint who are the suspects because there were so many of them, really.
Yeah, literally millions. Now, another incident yesterday, reporter June Veneracion of GMA posted this on his Facebook account. And he says that while he was taking footage on his phone of commotion between cops and devotees, a police general took his phone. And upon checking, Veneracion said that it was NCRPO Commander Brigadier General Nolasco Bathan. And he said that it was this General Bathan who was fuming mad, and that the video that he took had been deleted when his phone was returned to him. What are your thoughts and comments on this, sir?
Well, it was unfortunate that this thing happened, and we'd like to get the side of the NCRPO, so we're waiting for their statement. But rest assured that the PNP wouldn't tolerate this, and we always respect the rights of the media to cover events like this. And we will look into this, and then the PNP will deal with this matter speedily.
Right. And June Veneracion said he was actually able to recover the video that had been initially deleted. Have you seen that video, sir?
Well, I haven't seen it yet. Initially, I was able to view the first part, but it's quite long, so I had to review it again.
All right. Now, will the PNP impose similar security measures in next year's traslacion, and will there be other innovations introduced in 2021?
Well, definitely, we're going to recommend that we use the same template for next year's traslacion, and the use of PNP personnel as a human wall and barricade to prevent devotees from coming near, and then bring the andas quickly to Quiapo Church. But we leave everything, of course, to the decision, final decision of the leadership of the church if they're going to allow this. But definitely, we're going to present to them the benefits of having this kind of a security setup. But we'll have to improve on this also, like the possibility of removing our combat boots or shoes so that we will not step on the feet of devotees. And we heard a lot of complaints also that they get hurt because of the combat shoes. So all this we'll put on the table so that we can discuss this and improve on the traslacion for 2021.
All right. So let's talk about something else for a moment here, since we've covered everything on the traslacion. Before we spoke, we aired the story about the killing of former Police General Chan. Can you give us an update on the killing of retired Police General Chan in Pangasinan?
Well, the regional office of Region 1 is now investigating the incident, and it's a case of an ambush. And we're still looking for possible motives and the suspects. So we're on a hard pursuit of the suspects. We'll try our best to really come out with a resolution of this case as soon as possible to give justice to the victim and the families. And of course, he's one of our former colleagues in the PNP, and he retired very recently. So he's really an anti-crime crusader, one of those who really run after criminals. So one of the possibility, of course, is this could be drug-related, or if not, then somebody who has a grudge, a personal grudge against him. So we look into all the possibilities.
All right. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you very much, PNP spokesperson Brigadier General Bernard Banac.